Hey guys, welcome back to Hope, Heal, and Shine. I'm Michelle, and this week we are focused on healing through self-care. Guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we are focused on healing, and we are again going back to this chart which talks about moving from a victim to survivor to thriver. So I'm going to quickly go over the thriver section of this chart, and then we're going to dedicate the rest of the video to talking about a few aspects of that chart. A thriver sees self as an overflowing miracle, was wounded and now healing. You are beyond the need to share your story, but you may choose to advocate for others. You work to protect yourself from unsafe people. You place yourself first, realizing that this is the only way to function and eventually be able to help others. You live with an open heart for self and others. Faith in yourself, life, and God. Gratitude for everything in life. Oneness, feeling authentic and connected, whole, and feeling alive. So there are two aspects of this chart that I really love. The first one being placing yourself and your needs first. Because as the saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. That is self-care. And that is what we are going to focus on this week. Next month's healing video, I'm going to talk more about how to set healthy boundaries as an additional form of self-care. But we will get more into that on part 2 of this series about self-care. So when you hear the word self-care, you might first think about bubble baths and massages and being pampered. And while that's all well and fine, my definition of self-care actually looks a little different than that. To me, self-care is just taking care of yourself, taking care of your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual needs, and making sure that those things are actually at the top of your priority list, not at the bottom. So what qualifies as self-care? Here's a quick list of some ideas. This definitely is not all-inclusive, but this can give you a general idea of what kinds of things count as self-care. Setting healthy boundaries, eating healthy foods, drinking plenty of water, focus on your physical health, including movement or exercise, focus on your mental health, including prayer and meditation, practicing good hygiene, taking a break from screens and social media, getting good sleep, nurturing healthy relationships, managing your time well, positive self-talk, including affirmations, and gratitude. In my opinion, one of the most essential parts of this list is being able to set healthy boundaries with someone. That is an aspect of self-care that I think is very often overlooked, but being able to say no when you want to say no, and feeling valued enough to first be able to draw a line and set a boundary when somebody else's behavior is making you uncomfortable, and then be able to enforce that boundary, that is a huge part of self-care. But in my opinion, I really feel like in order to be able to set and enforce healthy boundaries, oftentimes we need to see that value in ourselves first. Why would we set up a wall to protect something that has no value? If we don't see value in ourselves, we're far less likely to set the boundary in the first place, because having those conversations is often uncomfortable. But knowing that your safety and comfort is important makes it possible for you to have those conversations and makes it possible for you to enforce those boundaries. So while we will talk more about how to set boundaries next time, today I want to focus more on how to feel valued in yourself so that you are more capable of setting those boundaries. There are two big ways that I want to talk about how you can build up that self-worth and self-value. One of them I have already talked about in another video, and this was a big one to me. It was learning how much God loves me and seeing my value through His eyes really changed the way I saw myself. So that is my first tip. My second tip is focus on self-care. My philosophy on self-care is less about what you do and more about why you do it. If you're only eating healthy because you are forcing yourself to be on a diet out of shame, I would not consider that self-care. Part of my self-care routine includes doing my hair and makeup. But for me, those things aren't a must. I can leave the house without having done my hair and makeup and still feel okay about myself. To me, it's much more about the message I am sending to myself because I am choosing to put effort into my appearance. I'm choosing to put effort and time into myself, which sends a message to my brain that, hey, I am worth this. I am worth the time. I am worth the effort. And doing those things helps me feel good, not because I think I'm ugly without makeup, not because I cannot let anybody ever see me without my hair and makeup done. No, I don't really care. I go out in public all the time without my hair and makeup done. To me, it's way more about the effort I take. You're sending a message to yourself that you have value, because why would you spend time and effort on something that doesn't have value? I think effort put into yourself for the right reasons will always lead to higher self-confidence. Whereas effort put in for the wrong reasons, such as to gain others' approval or because you tell yourself you're hideous without it, in my opinion, that doesn't count as self-care, because you're not taking care of yourself for yourself. You're doing something to please others or to avoid self-shame. And neither one of those really sounds like caring for yourself, does it? So really, no matter what you do, I think the most important aspect of it is why you do it, and that you are doing it as an expression of love for yourself. You are doing it to show yourself you have value. You don't have value because you wear makeup or nice clothes. You don't have value because of the things you do, but you have value, period. Because you do. Because you are a human being. Because you are a child of God. You have value and always will. So to me, self-care is not about earning your worth. It's because when something is valuable, you take care of it and you treat it with kindness and respect. That is why self-care is important. You can be performing every single one of these things on the list, but if you're not doing it for the right reason, it's not going to build your self-worth. It's not going to help you feel loved. And it's not going to help you be able to set boundaries with others, because really, to be able to do that, you need to be able to see the value and worth that you have. Otherwise, why would you care? If everyone just walks all over you like a doormat, why would you care if you have no value? So this is my list of ideas on things you can do. But again, it's more important to focus on the why. I think practicing positive self-talk, including doing affirmations, can be a really good way to switch that thinking in your mind and help you to really start to believe, if you don't already, that the reason you should do these things is because you already have value. Not because these things give you value. They don't. But because you are a person who already has value, don't feel guilty about taking time to do things that make you happy. I like doing my hair and makeup because I think it's fun, not because I think I'm ugly. It does not make me a more valuable person because I'm still me. These are just ways of appreciating the value you already have. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are smart, you are capable, you have so much to give this world. Don't let the actions or words of anyone make you feel otherwise. Because even if they don't see it, you can choose to see it in yourself. And when you choose to see it, you shine so much brighter. And that light gives other people permission to see that in themselves as well. You learning to love yourself can literally change the world because it gives other people permission to love themselves. You, my friend, are going to change the world because you are going to choose to see value in yourself. It's already there. Now, please make it a priority to put that effort into yourself and show yourself you are valuable and capable of so much. Whatever self-care looks like to you, set aside at least 15 minutes a day to do something. However small it may be, do something for yourself. I suggest doing it first thing in the morning. Make sure that you are making you a priority, because you are. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. I will continue in our next healing video talking more about how to set healthy boundaries, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that next video. Next week I will be back with a shine video. Please leave a comment below on something you do to take care of yourself, especially if it's something I didn't write on this list, and help give others idea of what they can do as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I will see you again next Friday. Love you guys. Take care.